Forgive me, why are you here?
Is this some kind of sick joke? Do you have any idea what I've been through these past few days?
We tracked a hag to the city, but lost her trail. Right after she snatched a little girl.
Her name is Faerun. She's 7 years old, and has red hair, like me. We were in the Blushing Mermaid when she was taken. Just up by the docks.
Listen, Laura was here, all right? Knocking back pints like there's no tomorrow. But she was alone. I saw head nor ass of this so-called kid. I hate that it's come to this, but I'll pay a hoard of gold to whoever scuppers her.
That woman, Lara, Laura, whatever her bloody name is. She was screaming her head off about some kid. Tore the place apart. Bloody disturbing.
I wanted you to stain your soul with the blood of an innocent mother.
Oh, well, guess I'll just decorate the room with your insides. They'll match my new carpet beautifully. Hello, Petal. Miss me? No! Stay down! Ah! You cost me a fresh, young hag!
Mommy!
Balin was a rotten old bastard. Treated me like an old shoe for 70 years before his mind started to go.
Do you have a name, Spawn?
Astarion, but hold on.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you're squandering it.
I gave you my answer.
The Black Mass. It will be his triumph. He'll complete the ritual and emerge the vampire ascendant. Best of all, we'll join him.
You can't believe that, Darrell. When has Cazador ever shared power?
Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Cinderellimouse and I'm back with Baldur's Gate 3. I can't talk properly. I don't think these fangs are going to be in for very long, but I wanted to do my introduction with them because we're going to have a very Astarion themed couple of episodes. So that explains what's going on here. My teeth feel gross now. Okay, that's enough of that. They would have fallen out soon anyway, but at least I can talk again now. So, it's bedtime, and there may be Astarion themed things happening at bedtime, but before we do that, before we turn in for the night, we need to level up. Thank you as well for being so patient with my Baldur's Gate videos. Some of you know I hurt my back, and I'm doing a lot better now, so hopefully I can get back on track soon. But like I say, we're leveling up. So we have Gale. Now Gale actually there's a number of spells that I want him to learn when he levels up, but we can actually learn from spell scrolls, so this is going to be okay. I'm just going to go ahead and level him up. We're leveling him up as a wizard because wizards are very overpowered at higher levels, and you'll see why, because if I pick my spells. So some of the spells I'm interested in: Globe of Invulnerability, because this means that anyone inside the globe is protected from damage. So really useful. I'm going to probably use this a lot. Also Disintegrate is a very high level spell. You can see it does up to 100 damage. Very nice. A Circle of Death is handy but not that great. Chain Lightning is going to be very useful for fighting the Steel Watch because they're vulnerable to it. And this one here, Sunbeam. So if we're going to be doing Astarion themed shenanigans and confronting Cazador, Sunbeam might be to our advantage to have. So my question here, because I can only actually take 2 spell slots here, is what is going to be most useful to keep as a scroll so anyone can use it? And I think the answer to that is probably going to be Sunbeam, so that anyone can fight Cazador, and Globe of Invulnerability, because anyone can throw up that protection if needs be. So I think I'm going to take Disintegrate and Chain Lightning here. No, hang on, other way around. I'm going to take Globe of Invulnerability and Sunbeam here so that I can keep the scrolls, and then I'll learn Disintegrate and Chain Lightning from the scrolls. That's my plan. I'll prepare spells in just a minute, but let's accept and continue. Okay, I'm gonna just skip Dirge for a second. Here we go, and we'll go ahead and we'll learn Chain Lightning and we'll learn Disintegrate here. So it's a little bit pricey because they're such high level spells, but yeah, that's the way that I'm choosing to do it. So we do also have the Spell Crux Amulet for Gale, which means that he can restore his very precious level 6 spell slot. Did I say level 5? Level 6 spell slot. So we can restore that. So we're actually going to get 2 level 6 spells at least per thing, and he has as well Arcane Recovery, which says that we can go up to level 5. So we're going to do pretty well with Gale's spell slots going forward, but I do want to go ahead and switch out which spells he's got here. So we're going to take away Conjure Elemental for the time being. Probably going to get rid of Witch Bolt. I don't use it very often. I'm going to get rid of I'm going to get rid of Knock, and I'm going to get rid of Greater Invisibility, because as much as I like some of these spells, we can just switch them out when we need them. They're kind of like utility spells, but these other 4 spells are going to come in really handy in like random battles, so I definitely want to have those kind of equipped now. So yeah, I think that is Gale sorted. So next time I'm leveling him up, I'm not going to go for another level 12 spell, because I'm going to use a mod that allows us to keep leveling up past level 12, which means that we can't go for level 12 in any one class. But I'll explain that when we come to it. So a bit complicated for now, but that's basically all Gale's wizarding pretty much done there. Dirge is the character that I am most conflicted about. I don't really know how to level him up, because I'm kind of multi-classing him, and I kind of want to try and overmax him because there is a specific fight coming up that I really want him to succeed in. And yeah, so I'm kind of debating what to do with him. I think in the end I'm gonna go for Warlock. Am I, or Sorcerer? Maybe Sorcerer? Yeah. So that I can get Magic Missile, because there's a fight coming up where he's going to have to do a lot of hits. So if you've seen me doing like, if you see me playing Expedition 33, I forgot the name of it, and there's certain characters that have like shields up, and you have to hit them, and each time you hit them it takes down a shield. There's going to be a similar situation to that coming up. So Magic Missile can hit like 3 times and then more if you do it at a high level. So I think that is going to be a wise choice. That's going to help us out. I'm not too bothered about these. I think maybe I'll do Twin Spell and Distance Spell, but other than that, not too bothered about those. I don't think I want to switch any spells out, do I? No, I'll keep what I've got. So yeah, Dirge is kind of a funny one because it's hard to predict what I'm going to need in the future. Okay, Minthara. So this looks great because it's an extra attack at fighter level 5, but she actually already has extra attack from Paladin, so that's useless to us. So I'm going to switch back to Paladin, and I'm going to go ahead and just prepare her spells again, because sometimes it switches out her spells when I level up, so I want to make sure I've got like the good ones. So I want Branding Smite, I want Protection from Good and Evil, I want all the Smite spells, and I want Divine Favor, I want Command because that can come in handy from time to time. Shield of Faith could also be useful, and let's go in with a Quick Cure Wounds, or Lesser Restoration, Aid, Lesser Restoration, Disease, Poison, Paralysis, or Blindness. Let's go with that one. We never know when that might come in handy, and just accept. So no major changes there for Minthara, she's pretty much the same. Okay, Lizelle. So definitely want to keep leveling her up in Fighter. It does mean that she gets another fighting style. I think Archery is decent because she does use the bow and arrow quite a lot. So we'll go ahead and take that. Now, Shadowheart I'm particularly interested in because like Gale, she now gets access to level 6 spell slots, and some of these are so overpowered. So I particularly want to go for this one here, Planar Ally. So if you know Will with his rapier, he can conjure a Cambion. The Cambion is basically at this level, so it's one of the things that you can conjure with this spell. So this allows her to summon a Deva, a Cambion, or something else. I can't remember what the last thing is, and I really like the Deva for her. It does do radiant damage, which again could be handy if we're fighting vampires, so I definitely want that spell. There's several really nice spells here. Harm's quite nice because it actually reduces a target's maximum hit points, so if they're very overpowered it stops them being able to restore like all the hit points to max because you're reducing it, so that might also be another handy one to take. I think I'm going to take off Planar Binding, because, or maybe Hold Person. I don't tend to use it, so Harm could be more useful. There we go. And that's pretty much everybody. So now we've got a few more things to do before we turn in for the night. So I just mentioned Shadowheart's Deva. Her spell slots are going to refresh when we long rest. So I think we should have a quick look at this guy. If we go to Planar Ally, Deva, and bring him out here. So you can do a Genie, a Deva, or a Cambion. I like the Deva, so especially for Shadowheart because she does a lot of radiant damage. Look at this guy. He is he's there. And we thought Will was the poser of the group. But yeah, he's pretty decent, and what he has actually is this really good weapon here, the Deva Mace. Now, this is a little bit of a hack that I'm going to show you, but we can get his mace and we can get the, what's he called? The Azir's hammer. So the way that you do this is really fiddly. It takes me a few tries, but if I click onto his inventory and equipment, and you see this little eye here where it says preview, if I click on this and I'm really quick, can you see how his weapons come up, but very briefly? If I'm really quick, I can grab, there you go, can you see? I've got that hammer. And so now if I press tab, I'm going to go to everybody's inventories, and I can drop his hammer into someone else's inventory, and then we have that permanently. So it's a little bit of a hack, a little bit like getting the Shadow Blade permanently, but it's really useful. Now the Azir Warhammer actually does 5 to 19 damage, and on top of that it has this cool ability called Overheat, which is a bonus action, and it says that you can release a fraction of your inner fire. All nearby creatures take damage and start burning fiercely. So I could go ahead and give this to Karlach. I think it's quite nice. Now her current weapon, Nyrula, does 9 to 24 damage, and it has all these really cool bonus actions, but I like the movement speed for Karlach, but it might be useful to give her the Warhammer from time to time just to play with. Now again, you can actually get this much earlier than this point, because you can summon the Azir with a level 4 spell scroll that you can basically get very early on in the game. So I do recommend, if you're short on good weapons and you want something really decent for someone like Karlach, if you get that Azir, summon him, and then before you go to long rest, take that hammer off him. Really nice weapon there for Karlach. And likewise, we can do the same with the Genie. Now this, the Deva. Now this is basically the most overmaxed, ridiculous weapon in the entire game. It looks like nothing. It doesn't look like it's special, but you can see that it does up to 42 damage, and some of that is radiant damage. So this is just gonna be so overpowered. It's gonna be ridiculous. I normally like to give it to Minthara, but let me go ahead, preview, and try and grab that. It helps to know... Oh, let me move it back across here. Hang on, wait. I think I'm better when it's here. Oh, close. Bear with me, guys. It does take me a few turns. Oh, it's so close. I've lost it. I've lost the ability. Oh, I've got it. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to drop it in Claudia's inventory for a second. But yeah, this is is so overpowered, it's ridiculous. So do you know what? Will has a really cool weapon. I was thinking about maybe giving it Will. I think I'm going to go ahead and send it to Minthara. Let's go like here, and then to Minthara, and yeah, because she's currently using Ketheric's Warhammer, which is fine, but I think the Dover Mace is going to be much, much better for us. So it is a hack, it is a little bit of a cheat, but all's fair in love and war. Yeah, we're at war pretty much, aren't we? So we're taking every advantage that we can get. I am not ashamed to do that. So like I say, I'm trying to avoid overmax weapons in terms of like modded equipment, but if you can do it in the game, even if it's a hack, then it's legit. That's my modus operandi. Okay, is there anything else I need to do? Yeah, I want to actually talk to Astarion. Now, if you watched my bonus episode, now it was an 18+ episode because it was at the Sharess's Caress. We spent some lovely time with the employees there. Cordia was quite surprised to learn that Astarion was interested in spending the night with her with the Drow twins.
But our leader here has made the dire mistake of failing to sleep with me so far, and it's a mistake I have been aching to correct.
And they had a really, really sensual evening. But Cordia did notice that Astarion kind of checked out. He was kind of going through the motions. So he's very, very good in the bedroom, but he was doing it like it was a job, or it was doing it like it was a chore. Like he wasn't enjoying it, he wasn't present.
Astarion lavishes attentions on everyone present with flawless technique, unfazed. It's all pure instinct, but when you meet his eye for a moment, there's a look about him that reveals he's a million realms away.
And then he was kind of weird and off with her afterwards.
Perhaps you got the wrong idea. I never slept with you for pleasure alone. Couldn't you tell? You get a moment of escape with a world-endingly beautiful vampire. I get someone to defend me from Cazador. This is what I do. Who do you think you were dealing with? Some fairy tale prince. You are one of a tiny number of people I've slept with who aren't dead. Cheer up. It's quite the achievement. There isn't going to be any more us, though. I just don't see the point.
So, I think we really need to check in with him and see what the situation is with him. Yeah, let's do that.
Hello, my dear.
Can we talk about the two of us?
Can we? I suppose we can.
It says, what are we to you? I don't know if she's using the royal we or she means like the companions. Like, what are we to you?
I don't know. But isn't it nice not to know? You're not a victim. Not a target. Not just one night it's better to forget. But then, whatever in the world could you be?
So again, trigger warning for Astarion's backstory. All this regulation stuff as well that's going on the internet at the moment. It's kind of like, it's ridiculous because you can't even talk about survivor stories. You know, you can't even talk about, you can't have like discussions around this topic going forward because like they're gonna regulate everything. Like it's ridiculous because people need to know, like you need to hear stories because it's cathartic and it gives context and it helps people. You know, not every representation of woohoo on the internet is, you know, prawn. You know, a lot of it is educational, a lot of it is cathartic, a lot of it is important storytelling. So I don't know, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because I think it's important to talk about these things because I think the devil works when people are silent. So yeah, I'm going to continue talking and I'm going to follow the rules that as they're presented on YouTube at the moment, as I have been doing so far, but just be aware that this video may contain some I'm going to talk carefully around it, but there may be some triggering topics, but yeah, let's continue. Baldur's Gate isn't a game for young children anyway, so if you're not adult enough to have these conversations, then don't watch this video. I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff on the internet that you could be watching. Anyway, but I also don't think we should have to give our ID, our photo ID and our like passport details to an American outsourced company just because we want to do a bit of storytelling, you know, like it's ridiculous. Anyway, Astarion. So, if you know Astarion's backstory, he's had a really traumatic past under his old master Cazador, who has like not treated him well at all, the A word. His basic job was to go out and seduce people to take them back to Cazador, his vampire overlord, to presumably feed off. And he's done terrible things. Astarion has not been a good person up until this point, but he was also a victim, and hurt people. So we are trying to redeem him. We are trying to have him work through his issues, his emotional issues especially, and not be in that survivor kind of like fight or flight mode anymore, but to allow that sense of empathy to come back. Because I think when you are in a difficult situation, your empathy shuts down, right? When you are scared and you are in survival mode, your empathy becomes a weakness. And so Astarion kind of manipulating everybody around him, especially sexually, in order to keep himself safe is not a healthy relationship dynamic. And that's something we've been trained to help him with. So I haven't romanced him other than in the Sharessa's Caress, but that's because he suggested it. Yeah, we've been more of a friend to him up till this point, and this has confused him. He's kind of like, sex I understand, right? Victim predator dynamics I understand. I don't understand why you're being nice to me when you're not getting anything back from it. So this is kind of what we're trying to show him, that you know, a lover can also be a friend. But anyway, let's keep going. I'm actually just going to quickly check what that little message was. Oh no, I'm recording this on Wednesday. Larian have just started streaming with their community manager, Eva. I have been hanging around in their streams like as much as possible. I really love the streams, but I'm recording when they're streaming. I'm gonna have to catch up later. I'm so sad. Okay, I lost track of the days this week, honestly. But if you haven't checked out Larian's official stream, it's available on Twitch and YouTube, and it's a lot of fun. Go and check it out. Anyway, okay, it's chaotic. It's not my perfect playthrough. It's fun and chaotic, so very different vibe, but very good. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm sleeping. Mizora wants to talk, but I think she's stuck in a bit of a conversation loop, so we're just going to ignore her. Yes, we're going to long rest. And yeah, we'll see what the cutscene has in store for us this fine evening. Let me just quickly check that nobody else wants to talk. Yeah, it's just Mizora. That's fine. She can wait. Let's go ahead and grab some camp supplies and see what happens.
You sleep, but the wicked don't. Someone is here to disturb your rest.
Get the hells away from me!
Peace, brother. We're here to take you home.
The Master needs all 7 of us for the ceremony. Come with us and be reborn. We'll live again.
What do you mean? Get back, leave my boy alone. So I want to know more information. We didn't get very much information. Raphael wasn't particularly helpful for us in this playthrough, so yeah, you can say take him if you want, just keep it down. I'm trying to rest. Me when I'm trying to sleep and I'm grouchy. What does Cazador want with him?
The rite. The Master needs him. He must attend.
What a lovely invitation. But I'm afraid I'll have to decline. I intend to kill him, you see.
We will live again, Astarion. The scars on our backs are sealed with the cruelest power. 7 spawn, 7 sigils.
You're number 7, the final piece of the rite. He needs us all for the Black Mass.
Our fates were sealed in his writing long ago. A promise to his favorite spawn, fulfilled in the crypt beneath his palace.
Okay.
This is our only chance to be free, to end centuries of slavery. You will not ruin it, Astarion.
This needs to end. One way. Or another. They mentioned my scars and are right. I need to get to that crypt and find out what these damn markings are really for.
Okay. Alright, we were supposed... There you go, commence battle. We were supposed to have a fight there. But because... I think it's because Cordia has the Blood of Lathander, which has, like, a glow to it.
I'm so tired.
I think because it's, like, basically sunlight.
Do this all day?
Pardon, Astarion? Yeah, I think it kind of cast like sunlight around us, which like scared them off. So yeah, luckily we didn't have to do that fight, but normally there's 4 of them that you have to fight. So yeah, just like if you're wondering what happened there, I think it's because I've got the Blood of Lathander. What did you say, Astarion? I didn't really hear what you said, mate. Oh, I'm so tired. How do people do this all day? Like, you did nothing. You stood next to my shining aura, and that's about it. Does he want to say anything?
Just what I need.
What can I do for you, my friend?
Nothing. It's fine. We're all good. So, yeah, Cazador wants Astarion for some kind of rite, saying that he's going to honour him because he's one of his favourite spawn. I don't think carving, what they call runes into someone's back is the way to show your love for them. You know, maybe make it voluntary, but we'll see. We'll see what becomes of that when we fight our way to Cazador's home. Let's sleep. Let's actually sleep now. Okay. Let's quickly double check him. Again, I don't know, you'd think he'd have more to say after that. I just don't want to miss anything.
Ah, my favorite traveling companion.
Yeah, no, we're all good. He's buttering me up though now. Seems to like me a little bit better. Maybe with the help of a couple of mods, because this is my favourite arc for Astarion, to have a non-romantic relationship up until this point. So that's kind of what's going on here. Anyway, Gale.
Not the kind of excitement I usually enjoy being woken up for. Still, better than not waking up at all. Or waking up as something else entirely.
So he's worried about getting bitten in his sleep, I guess. I want to speak about us for a moment.
There's nothing that would give me greater pleasure.
I want you to kiss me. Oh, this is a nice kiss. Aww. That was actually a very, very, very sweet one, I think. And 100%, he looks better with his moustache. I'm not taking a vote on that one. I'm using my authority to make that decision on behalf of all of you, because I know what's best for you, and what's best for us all is Gale's moustache. Okay, I'd like to discuss something else.
Matter. After all, a bond like ours hardly needs words to express it. What else is troubling you?
So start casting your bows. Who do we end up with in this playthrough? Because the polymod can only take us so far. We're going to have to decide our futures, you know, after all this is over. So who do you ship Cordia with? Who do you ship Dirge with? Let me know in the comments down below. I do have a plan, but who knows? Maybe you can sway my decision with a convincing argument. Karlach.
I dare Cazador to send more lackeys our way. This is our territory. I'll crack anyone who tries to come into my house and hurt my people.
I love her. Okay. Protective over our favourite baby brother. Little sister, Lae'zel, how's it going?
Cazador's minions have picked up our trail. For Astarion's sake, I hope this was the last of them.
Indeed. Let me just... I'm paranoid that I'm not recording. I am recording, right? I am. Okay, we're all good. Alright. Yeah, let's continue to get everybody's reactions to what just happened. I don't think the Oathbreaker Knight is going to have much to say, to be honest. Halsin's not here. We're going to have to rescue him eventually. I'll work towards it. He's going to be fine. He's a druid. He's got healing abilities. He's going to be... He's got sanctuaries. He's fine.
Those vampire spawn came for Astarion, didn't they? Lucky for him that we were here to fight them off.
I mean, yes, but also my Blood of Lathander was very scary. Daylight's quite effective against vampires. Okay. Will.
Vampire spawn. One's proven enough, let alone a horde of them.
Yeah, we're going to ask more questions later. I'm trying to stick to, like, I'm trying to stay on topic because Act 3 gets really overwhelming. So I'm trying to, like, focus a little bit on certain things at a time.
I thought the vampire spawn would have needed an invitation to enter. We should hang up their remains as a warning to Cazador that Astarion is under our protection.
Well, they kind of poofed away, but yes, that would have been a wonderful idea. Maybe a bit stinky. I do prefer the smell of, you know, lavender and wine to rotting corpses, Minthara. We're not in the Underdark now, you know. No mushrooms here to dispose of the decay. Jaheira, why have you brought a rat here?
Cazador is keen to greet his wayward son once more. With open arms, or iron shackles.
Yes, I really think I should go with him to see Cazador and maybe have a chat with him. Find out what his true intentions are. Okay, Minsk is for another day. Let's continue. So, who do I want to take out? Let me go to my notes. So, we do need to work towards Cazador's palace. So, we're probably going to do the whole Cazador thing in the next episode, but we're going to kind of make our way there in this episode. Astarion's getting a bit of a two-parter. But first, we do need to go and check out the Rainforest House, which is where we know one of the murder victims lived. We did stumble across it in the last episode, so I think Dirge needs to go and check that out today. So I'm going to have Dirge, Astarion, because we want to keep him close, we want to keep him safe. Hang on, that's not Dirge. Dirge, Astarion. Who else have I got on my list? Lae'zel and Minthara. That seems like a good little gang for this quest. And yeah, we'll head out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and head to the lower city central wall because actually no, Heapside Strand. Now I have unlocked a new waypoint in between episodes, but I'll talk about that later. Okay. So, I think we need to head up this way.
Red.
Why is this kid still here? It's been days.
Shit. Now that you have a lover,
not to mention the parchment quality of the Gazette.
The Githyanki should encourage relations between their soldiers. It is a proven tactic for morale.
We need no boon for morale. I fight well when there is kin at my side. And now, I count one more among them.
Oh, Dirge is Lae'zel's kin. That's so cute. Okay, I do need to listen out for companion dialogue. I've turned up the chatter, which seems to have turned up the companion dialogue. I wish there was a separate setting for companion dialogue and like NPC chatter, because I'm not as bothered about what the NPCs are saying, and it gets a bit overwhelming. See? So yeah, I could do two things here. So this is the Rainforest House over here. Let's just gather at the top of these stairs and kind of check out what the situation is. Oh, jeez! Oh! Dude, are you okay? I guess not. That poor citizen!
Hot, hot, hot! Did you see that?
Okay.
Incredible.
Just
one go.
So this is, do you remember Moonrise Towers?
Sorry, I can't help you.
Oh, my silk. What are the chances? It's you. Ah, and the heart-stopping bloodsucker. I hope you've changed your mind. My neck is yours, anytime.
And I will keep refusing until the end of time. I'm done bowing to the whims of others.
Never say never. Forgive the mess. Your blood is far more volatile than I'd anticipated.
Okay, so if you remember Moonrise Towers, where we fought Ketheric for the first time and the last time, and the blood sorcerer was kind of behind the throne room, and she took some of everybody's blood pretty much and gave us some like really powerful potions back. But she was kind of overstepping the mark a little bit with Astarion. She's got a bit of a fantasy about vampires. You know, her whole thing is blood. It made Astarion uncomfortable. We kind of said, we're not interested, like, back off, lady. And now she's kind of still trying her luck with him a little bit. He's clearly said no. So again, this is something I wanted to show at this point because it ties into Astarion's story of you know, being kind of used as a sexual commodity rather than a person with feelings and, you know, boundaries. And so him starting to enforce those boundaries is a really, really positive sign for him. For now, I'm going to say I knew my blood was potent, but I didn't know it could do that.
It's a breakthrough in the sanguine arts, the likes of which the world has never seen. The Grand Matriarch will have no choice but to restore House Ablodra after I present her with my research. But listen to me, rabbiting on about myself when I have you, the prize bleeder, on my very doorstep. If you'd come inside, we could discuss something far more exciting than drow politics.
I quite like her as a character, but we're with Astarion. He's not comfortable with this. Dirge again is learning about empathy just as Astarion is, and he's going to put his companions first. He's going to say, I think not. Now is not a good time. Maybe later.
A pity. But you may change your mind. And if you do, don't hesitate to seek me out. I'll always be happy to see you.
So, she may be an interesting... Why is the door still half up? She may be an interesting ally, let's say, for future use. So I might return without Astarion, but with maybe Cordia and Minthara, maybe all the drows together. Could go and have a bit of a chat. But for now, I think, you know, we have something we need to do. And we'll bear Ablodra's offer in mind for later. Sorry, I don't know what the big click was then. So here we are. We're at the Rainforest House.
This is the private abode of Alexander Rainforest. Friends make appointments. Clients respect office hours.
Okay, let's investigate this a little bit then. Mailbox. Bloodied note. This scrap of bloodied paper is scrawled in an erratic, excitable hand. You've been picking where you shouldn't, Pear Tree, placing the lordlings' fire spitters throughout my city. Disgusting. They leave no blood. There's no art to it at all. Just burnt ash and corpse cinder. I walk through your basement here as I pen this. It's rather large, roomy. They never find all the bits of you who had spread them out here properly. I read it a little bit like Orin, but I think this is actually the dwarf, because it was from the list of murder victims that the dwarf was killing. So I don't think it is, even though we've done Orin's voice, I don't think it's her. I want to take that. Can I? Okay, okay. I reckon I can steal that. Okay, perfect. And then we'll... Oh, that's just the thing about the sewers. We don't need to read that one. Okay, myself standing guard there. So we could potentially lockpick this door, but I think it's a little bit too obvious. So I'm going to go ahead and stand up, exit turn-based mode, and we'll go and see if there's another way in. Let's go see what's back here. So there's this little shop here. I can bob in there while we're here. And we can go and see what this is as well. See if the neighbours have noticed anything, you know. Just because I don't think we're going to have the opportunity to come back to this shop if I don't do it now. Anything spare? Dear Oliver, please forgive the intrusion, but you wouldn't happen to have any supplies that we might be able to take off your hands in order to distribute to the refugees, would you? Anything you can spare would be greatly appreciated. Drop off at Notel's hostel anytime you can. Thank you.
Never mind.
So we have been to Notel's hostel.
Goods and wares.
Yeah, let's go see what this guy's got.
Very well.
What are you after, friend? Got grub, potions, a few nice vintages? Best stock up now before someone clears me out to fill their larder.
Let's see what you have. Oh, he's got a potion of speed. That's probably worth taking, isn't it? Oh, a carafe of wine. Very nice. Yeah, I've not really been using the Cloud Giant Strength, but maybe I'll take it just because it could be handy to have. So he's got a couple of nice things, more holy water, but I think we've got quite a lot of it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just going to take those two things for now, because we might as well. But good to know that he's here.
You never know where your next meal will come from, unless you carry it with you, that is.
He also had like camp supplies, so if you're short, it's good to know that that's there. Let's have a quick poke around his house because I'm nosy. So there's this letter here. Mommy. You can still hear. Mommy! You can still hear, what was the name? The little girl that we saved from Ethel. Hi, Papa. Crowell is making me write this because he still has trouble with his letters. We're in Borskaya Bridge, where the Seven Sons are gathering for the caravan trip back to the gate. Only the costerman says departure might be delayed until we hear that the road in the city is clear. Some kind of cultist uprising, again in Baldur's Gate, same story every week. Anyway, we're fine, and we've learnt so much from the older caravan guards. I can dual wield now with a dagger in my offhand. So, got to go, don't work too hard, and keep the beehive buzzing. Haha! Theglis? So yeah, so just a nice family by all accounts. I don't know if there's any extra lore to this family beyond what I'm seeing here. But yeah, let's have a quick peek around. A recipe for perfect cookies. A lovingly preserved cookie recipe scrawled in a child's handwriting. Nice. And there's also this here. Congratulations and the surprise.
Mummy is
Dear
here.
Bubbles, I can't believe my oldest baby girl just had her own baby girl. I'll come out to Stone Eyes for a visit as soon as I'm sure the Flaming Fist will let me back through Basilisk's Gate afterwards. I'm sure you don't want me stuck hanging around in your rooms with a newborn to tend to. Were you surprised to hear the envelope jingle a bit when you picked it up? Buy little Dory Mara a cute little hat with a doober on it and tell her it's from Pop Pop. So that's really cute. I don't know if that's like grandchild or child, but yeah, let's add to that a little bit. Let's donate. I know I'm not Cordia right now. I don't think Dirge would think to do this, but let's top it up a little bit. There we go. We've got a little bit to spare, you know, for a newborn baby. Maybe Dirge is getting a bit soft in his old age. I don't know. Right, let's head back down and see if we can get into the pear tree house. So if we look around the back, there is this kind of like broken balcony here that we might be able to get in through this unlocked door. So let's go and check this area out. There are a couple of people hanging around who might spot us though. So let's have a quick chat with them. Deliana?
Move along, nothing to see here. At least by day, thank the gods.
At least by day, okay. Just hanging out.
Noises coming out the old Albright.
I guess they went out of his back door then. What are they talking about?
Don't go peeking in the window of that house on the corner. You might get an arrow to the face.
Okay, that house on the corner that he's talking about is actually, if I spin around, it's old Garlow's place where the hag survivors have been hanging out. So go and watch that episode if you missed it. That was quite a fun little series of events. But yeah, I think we can probably sneakily make it in here if we wait for people to go past. So I'm going to toggle group mode.
That's a friendly looking shadow.
Who's looking at us? Who's watching us? It says hiding successful though, so I guess we're okay. There's a lady walking along here.
Seen any gazetteers around? Need to see if the new edition's out yet. Can't I pace and think in peace? The cheek of you.
Okay, she was talking about the Gazette, so I was kind of curious about her. Why is everybody around here now? Maybe, do you know what? Maybe Astarion can distract these people. Come over here, Astarion.
One step at a time.
And perform bard dance.
Those noises coming out the old bright place.
There we go. So Astarion's distracted them.
No
so
time to
fingers
rest.
crossed. There we go. Okay. Now we can keep performance failed. I'm gonna jump up here. And we can go in here. So I'll come back to that checks. Okay. Exit turn-based mode. We've got this. Okay, we're in the rainforest home tonight. Mate, we're worried about you. You've gotten too deep into this conspiracy nonsense, and honestly, it's making you dull. You're coming out for drinks tonight. The singing loot at sundown. You'd better be there, or we're gonna have to come and get you. And there's no guarantee we'll be sober. Sorry, the person who lived here was a bit of a conspiracy theorist, apparently, which may be what got him in trouble and got him murdered. The Sea Queen's Wrath. So who knows? Maybe we'll have a bit of an episode that's gonna be Umberly themed in a few episodes. You never know. Long has the Water Queen's house served to retain the city's favour in the eyes of Umberly, whose waves move the ships that form the body of the city itself. Baldur's Gate, position on the Sword Coast, makes it the heart of the local commerce, but Queen Umberly could easily drown the city in salt if she so chose. Dedications offered to her temple maintain crucial peace in the region and create a tempting stopping point for sailors who come through ashore and rest upon the bosom of her mercy. But if you ever cross the sea, bitch, you may pay for it by a visit from her savage Sorhagen servants. I can't say that word. I know what they are because I've used them in my own campaigns. I'm going to take that because, again, we're going to have a bit of an Umberly themed episode. So, well, yeah, we can confirm that Alexander Rainforest is in fact dead. As far as I know, there's no way to save him. He's already dead, but yeah. Successful cheeses: red, white, yellow, sharp, mellow. Unsuccessful cheeses: smoked. What? I love smoked cheese. Blue, you can keep that. Waxed. He prefers his cheeses crumbled to little pieces. Who likes cheese? Okay, we are gonna speak with the dead. See what information we can get out of this guy.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
What happened to you?
Murdered. Obviously.
These bloody toffee-nosed Baldurians, man. What were you doing when you died? I don't know what's the best thing to ask him.
Investigating odd records.
Now, I do know he's a conspiracy theorist, so, what odd I can't speak. What odd records?
Tombstone. Shop. No owner. Decades now.
Which tombstone shop?
Old Candle Hellos.
Okay, good to know. Who killed you?
He was short, dressed in red.
Yeah, so it's the dwarf.
The spell's power
we
wanes.
met him
You can ask no
because he was
more
trying
questions.
to kill. Oh, what's her name now? The nice old lady. I've forgotten her name. Okay. Sorry that happened to you, I guess. Look at these footprints everywhere. Okay. There's a little guy here, though, that I think we might want to have a quick chat with. So let me go ahead and get speak with animals. Although maybe we're not the most trustworthy person for an animal to speak with. I think I have got a speak with animals potion in here somewhere. I have indeed. Go ahead and take that. Let's see if this rat saw anything.
Light on my feet.
Hi.
Hello, hello. Ooh, are you the new cheese dropper? I do hope so. I'm almost down to the last crumbs.
So I guess we found who is interested in the cheese. Do you not like smoked cheese? Smoked cheese is yummy. What exactly happened to your last cheese dropper?
Alexander was his name. He dropped all manner of morsels, but the cheeses were the best until the red man visited.
I'm so disproportionately angry that this little friendly rat's cheese dropper was has been gone. Won't anyone think of the rats? Like, this is why I'm gonna kill. What's his name? I can't remember anyone's names. Oh, I don't know. Tell me about this red man who visited Alexander.
A dwarf, all dressed in red. He smiled and held Alexander close, and then Alexander was shouting and struggling, and soon he was all dressed in red as well. So many red morsels fell out of Alexander. They tasted like salt and rust. Very good, even better than cheese.
Dude, I hate to tell you this, but do you realise that you ate Alexander's innards? I don't want to give him the idea of getting more, so I'm just going to ask about the dwarf. Where did the dwarf go?
Away, to make more people red and to spill their tasty morsels. Go away now. Your delicious scent makes me crave your morsels, but it would be rude to bite you.
You know what? The rat and Astarian are learning the same lesson. You smell really good, but it would be rude to bite you. I think we can trust him. And Dirge, to be fair, you know, like, I'd love to stab you, but I have self-control now. Intrepid hobbyists who pursue the urban exploration of Baldur's Gate will find no greater challenge than that offered by discovering the dark realm beneath the city's streets. Everyone knows, of course, that the city's sanitation needs are served by extensive sewer tunnels which through which water flows, carrying waste downhill to Grey Harbour. Once you find your way into these sewers through one of the round street access hatches, you will enter a noisome but intriguing domain haunted mainly by the half-civilized kobold tribe, I love kobolds, that maintain the pipes and culverts. And somewhere hidden in the far corners of the sewer are said to connect to the long-forgotten tunnels of the truly haunted Undercity ruins. It's thrilling to think about exploring that dangerous region, but for liability reasons, the author cannot recommend it. Okay. Interesting. Maybe the partying down there. I've recently watched a video. I think it's called, like, the creator's called Josie, but I can't remember the full channel name. But she's an explorer. She goes to, like, loads of different places. And the video that I was watching was her going to, like, the Paris catacombs and trying to figure out, like, where the parties are that happen underneath the catacombs in the kind of, like, off-limits areas. So I don't think I'd like to do that. I think I'd be too scared. But like, I don't know, it was a cool video. Blood-stained parchment. And who knows, maybe we're gonna explore the sewers in this series at some point. Who knows? So this is the list again. So we've seen this list already. Alexander Rainforest is here. Stelmane we know about. Logan we've investigated. He was at the Open Hand Temple. Dribbles the Clown, currently looking for the pieces of him. Frank Peartree, we've looked in that house. Cora Highbury, we kept her alive. Figaro Pennygood, we need to find him still. Chef Revere, we've warned him. And Nesha Lisha, we've also warned her outside the Blushing Mermaid. And then these people are just upper city, so that's not actually in the game. The detective's taking care of those. But you can see there's a lot of blood around this hatch, so I do think we should probably go and look in there.
This is a ritual killing, and the murderer wanted it found.
Okay. I don't know what that perception check was,
Out of sight,
but I'm a bit nervous. I do see invisibility, but found it. Okay, I guess we're safe now then. We didn't take too much damage. 66 hit points out of 71 remaining, so it's not too bad. I'm going to stick with that for a little bit. So unfortunately, these are two Dragonborns. Maybe they were left as kind of like a warning to Dirge because he's a Dragonborn, so maybe this is some kind of threat. KTB Pol and Winslow Reginald. Ooh, we've got the clown dribbles his foot. Okay, we'll take that. Pick up.
A foot smeared with paint, among other things. This must belong to Dribbles.
What other things? Like, okay. Abazigale IV. A note found on the corpse of a blue dragon in the lower city. The effigy of Abazigal, who soared on shredded wing. Oh, this is by Orin. What use his pride? He thought himself a dragon, but died as a worm. Below is an exaggerated signature written in blood, Orin the Red. So yeah, this is a threat from Orin, I feel. A faded scroll of reversal. The time-bitten parchment of this scroll flakes and frays, obscuring most of its content. It appears to describe the process for breaking an enchantment that has bound a mighty dragon into another's service. Interesting. I might actually take that, because Will has some mighty dragon stuff going on as well. But yeah, we can't speak to the dead, unfortunately, and find out why they were here, because they would be glowing if I could. Let's keep investigating. This trap's already gone off. I might crouch just to be kind of a little bit careful. So we've got some sort of office here. Observation notes. So we might find out more about like why he was killed and what these conspiracy theories were about. So we know that there was something to do with the tombstone shop, that he was like, we don't know who owns it, it's really suspicious. And then there's also this. So this is from Roa Moonglow. We know that name. This is the Zentrim trader that we first encountered in the Goblin Camp back in Act 1. And then we met her in Moonrise Towers. So we know that she's been trading with the Absolute. Alright, my lot have been watching that tombstone spot for a 10-day now. Seen a bunch of folk in big cloaks going in. Only seen a scant few come out though. It's weird. You'd think it'd be quite cramped in there by now with many folk inside, but it's only a tiny shop. Anyways, your lump sum brought you a 10-day. You want more of our time? Pay up. All the best, Roa Moonglow. So the Zentrim were watching the tombstone spot for this guy. He basically hired them like as mercenaries, as spies. And it does sound like something's going on there. People are going in and knocking out. A record of ownership. A note detailing ownership details of Candlehouse tombstones. Has existed as Candle Hallows funeral arrangements for generations. Owned by Candle Hallows family. Attempted rebrand after Leilina Candle Hallow took over in 1492 DR to Candle Hallows tombstones. Rebrand to focus on our core values, getting folk buried fast. Leilina turned over to Fist for obscene necromantic practices by local adventurers. Obscene necromantic practices. Unclear as to where she's jailed. Shop hasn't sold a tombstone in months. Deed still being paid for. No note of payee, it just gets paid. How? Yeah, that does sound a little bit sus. I think this guy was definitely onto something, so I'm taking this as evidence. And yeah, we'll eventually go and check out that tombstone shop. And you know what? He doesn't have any use for all this stuff anymore, so I think we should take it. What's this? Sorry. The Mortal View, eyewitness account of the Baal spawn crisis. So again, we know that we are a child of Baal as Dirge, and maybe you want to have a pause and read that. I think we have read it before, so yeah, maybe I'll take that with me, and if anything comes up, we can kind of read it in a future episode. A Scroll of Flight, don't mind if I do, may as well. We've got this desk here. This dagger's just a normal dagger. I'm going to leave that alone. I'd come across several pointers towards the Candle Hallows tombstone shop, so I decided to use my spare time for a while to watch it for suspicious activity. Indeed, the place is strange. It seems disconnected from Candle Hallows' main mortuary business over in Eastway. In fact, they don't seem to sell anything at all. There's one Callow shop lad who hangs around looking bored. Otherwise, there's just the occasional customer who enters and then stays for a while, sometimes for hours. When they leave, these customers seem different somehow. I swear I saw one go in and out in the same clothes but leave wearing a different face. So shapeshifters probably. Must stay alert. I think the shop lad may have noticed me hanging around. I'll give this observation just one more day. Yeah, it definitely sounds a little bit sus, I'm not gonna lie. Especially for the fact that he got killed for investigating this, possibly. It could be coincidence. What abides below?
Simple enough.
Flammoden tells us that Grey Harbour was a small coastal village before Baldur returned with his sea treasure and founded the great city here. But the vast subterranean ruins hidden beneath our modern city's sewer system tell a very different story. There was a city on the bight of the lower Shantar, ages before Baldur built his sea tower, a metropolis of grand boulevards and granite towers open to the sky before the unknown cataclysm that split them to their foundations and swallowed them back into the bedrock. But who were these forgotten people who lived at the age before Baldur? Maybe more importantly, who or what still lives in the ruins that tumble down port town below? What things, creatures or creations lurk deep beneath our streets, and do they have designs on what we like to think of as our world on the surface above? I'm going to take that as well. What's he got here? Taish Pink, don't mind if I do. And Missives of Candlekeep. Again, I think this is a common book. We've probably read this quite a few times, but you can have a pause and read that if you want to. Now, this looks interesting, but I think I have missed my check. I don't know how to get through it. So I might have to go ahead and grab some of my companions because this is definitely a false wall. I just can't get through. So let me go ahead and go back to Astarion. Okay, he's distracting everybody. So Minthara and Lae'zel, could you possibly come and join me? Good job, Astarion. I like to still be going. Like, that's pretty decent. Come on, Lae'zel. Come with me. He's got quite a crowd there as well.
Quick march.
Let's head downstairs.
Something over there.
Okay, and then into here, and hopefully... Why can I not get through here? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. It took a minute, but we got there in the end. Right, not gonna lie. I've failed some perception checks, but I'm going to assume whatever it is like here. So I'm going to try and jump over to the other side and not set off whatever that trap is. There we go. Okay. So we've got a key, rainforest chest key, a pouch, nothing in it, a boring dagger, and not much in that chest, to be honest. All these weapons are just kind of like basic weapons, so nothing else worth taking here as far as I'm aware. If I'm missing something in here, please let me know. But let's jump back across. There we go. Okay, and we'll check out the other room on this side. Sorry, dude. Maybe I could have spoken with them before I exploded, though. I don't know. I definitely set that trap off. Okay. So he saw this trap this time, apparently. Oh, yeah. Do you see it? The tripwire here? Oh, no. Disarm that. At least we saw one of them, you know. He did fail quite a few perception checks there today. Okay, so there's a chest. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's cool. We'll take it. Not much else worth taking in here, I don't think. I think we've got the good stuff. What are you doing? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, regroup. And we'll go and pick up Astarion and get out of here. Yeah, we know about the traps. Too little, too late, bestie.
Free for the take.
Let's go back out the way we came in. Yeah, it's probably the best way, isn't it? And there's also this here that I want to check out. Lockpick.
Wonder what's past this.
Okay. Sweet. So I think that was quite a successful investigation. I'm probably going to take a little bit of damage when I jump down here, but it's only 1 hit point, it's fine. Come on, girlies. Get down here. Come on, you can do it. I'm going to have to do it one by one, aren't I? Minthara, don't be scared. It's fine. You're just going to get a sore ankle for like a day. I could have gone out the front door, but the flaming fists were walking around. It's probably not the best idea. There we go. Okay, come on, Astarion, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Whispers.
Astarion.
What path lies before me?
He's very into it. Come on, dude, you're fine. You're good. Let's go.
Where am I?
Okay.
Careful. People don't bloody look where they're walking.
Sorry.
Is that right?
I was a bit distracted. Okay, I'm going to go back to camp. And so while Dirge was exploring there, well, actually, Dirge, you know what? They return. And let's take Cordia out. So I'm going to have Cordia, Astarion, because I think we really need to go and investigate this whole vampire thing. I'm going to take Gale, and I'm going to take... I'm going to take... Who do I want to take? Minthara. This feels like a good little group of vampire hunters to set out with.
To find a way
so I'm going to go ahead and go back to Heapside Strand. And we're going to go and look for Cazador's place. So, I'm going to probably save actually. Okay, so the plan is we find Cazador, but there's a few things I want to do on the way. So we're going to go to Cazador's house, and we're going to explore Cazador's house in the next... Actually, maybe we can do a little bit today. I don't know. We'll see how far we get. So let's go back up here. And instead of heading left, we're going to go back into the city proper up here. Actually, no, we're not. I'm going the wrong way. I do want to go this way. So this big building here with all the stained glass, this big kind of building with the fancy roof, this is Lorroican's. And Gale's definitely interested in going there. So we're going to have a Gale episode just soon where we go to Lorroican's and kind of see what's the deal is there. But for now, we're going to run past this little area where Karlach's friend is. We're going to ignore all this stuff that's happening outside Lorroican's. We're going to activate this waypoint here, which I've actually already done because I was fixing a bug off camera. And we're going to head over here. So, who's this guy? Mohan. I'm not explaining what we're doing very well today.
I was hoping to bump into you sooner or later. I've heard about you. I know the so-called savior of the city has taken an interest in you. One thing I've learned, real saviors never label themselves as such.
Right. Okay. Where exactly? Do we want to say... Yeah, let's ask about Lord Gortash. Do you mean Lord Gortash?
Lord. A fine title for the greatest scoundrel in town. Imagine, wagging your big metal willies up and down a thoroughfares and calling yourself Archduke. Pathetic. He needs a proper challenge, and from what I've heard, you're the person to give it to him. I might not have exactly what you need, but I remain at your service. Have a look at least.
Okay. Yeah, not today, mate, but good to know we've got an ally. Yeah, we can check it back in with him, I guess, and see.
Godspeed, and come back whenever you need something.
Right, good to know. I wonder what his deal is. Maybe I should try and, like, pickpocket him. So this is where I wanted to head today. So, Bone Cloak's Apothecary. Do you remember the Bone Cloaks? There was Balin and... Oh, what was the other one? Dereth? So Dereth was the wife and Balin was the husband, and the husband had gone missing. We found him in a load of mushrooms. The mushrooms exploded, unfortunately killing him, but it was kind of unfortunate, fortunately, because he was kind of a wife beater. He was a blazing bird, so maybe she's kind of better off without him.
Find all the remedy and alchemy ingredients you need at Bone Cloak's Apothecary.
So yeah, we'll kind of see what the deal is. We'll check in with her. Got the itch to wander. Bone Cloak. I'm putting together what looks to be a profitable fungus harvest expedition. You in the mood to join us and get out of the city for a while? I've got a hot tip about a fairy circle of natterjack toadstools in the Trollbark Forest. Should be enough for both of us. If you're interested, pack your fungus hunter gear and meet me at the end of the next 10-day at the Wailing Wave up the coast in Lathar's Lantern. I'll be waiting for you. Dengo Toodlehood. So it's good. She's getting out. She's got friends. That's nice. End of my rope. Esteemed Apothecary Bone Cloak, I've got myself into a fix and need some medicinal advice to get out of it. To deal with my spells, for the last 9 months, I've been drinking a daily healing potion, following a recipe I got from the Baldur's Mouth. Uh-oh, because they're a reliable source of information. Except I always double the sherry. I could go for some sherry. I've not had sherry for the longest time. And do you know what? I could really have a little tiny thimble of sherry. The trouble is, it isn't working like it used to. My spells are coming back, and I'm afraid to increase the dosage because I saw what happened to Aunt Belmaya. What can you prescribe? I'll come back tomorrow for a little consultation. Bugs Stillwater. Okay, so business seems to be doing pretty well. The place is looking quite good as well. I like all these flowers. Yeah, let's have a chat with Dereth. Hi.
I know you. So you made it out of the Underdark. More than I can say for Balin.
That noble stock you gave me helped, though. It's what keeps the customers coming. Bloody fungus is all that keeps our candles lit.
How are you getting on without Balin?
Well, it's a lot quieter without him bumbling about the place. He was on the slow fade out anyway. He was a terror most of his life, you know. Mean, drunk. Got a few scars I could show you that'd make you wince. When he got sick, I was grateful for the relief. But so angry, too. We both of us deserved better than life gave us. Now he's off in the City of Judgment, probably wasting away unclaimed. The old heathen. And I'm here. Alone.
So I don't think she misses him because she loved him. I think it was like familiarity, because clearly she said that I've got scars that I could show you that, you know, are really awful. so clearly that relationship was not a good relationship. I just think she's lonely. You know, I don't think she misses him. I think she just misses having somebody around. But, you know, she had that letter inviting her out, so hopefully she can meet someone new. But are you glad to be back in Baldur's Gate?
Oh, sure. Cultists on the loose, a murderer hacking people to bits, and big metal freaks stomping hither, thither, and yon. Couldn't be more delighted.
Sorry I asked. Maybe you would be better off going off on that holiday to go and find some fungus. It sounds like the person who invited you is a really fun guy. Okay, I'd like to trade. Let's see what she's got. So because we gave her the Noble Stalk in Act 1, oh, I'm very uncomfortable. We actually have 3 more that are available to buy right now. So I definitely want to buy the rest of the Noble Stalk because we might be able to unlock some more memories. Maybe Shadowheart, maybe Dirge. Maybe that's going to be in a couple of episodes though. I'm not ready for it, but we've got it, so that's good. There's some stuff as well that we can buy if we want to, but I don't think any of these are particularly useful to us at this time. She has got some sea invisibility, which I'm going to grab because that could definitely come in handy at some point. Oh, Crawler Mucus for Dirge. I like that for him because it paralyzes people. Yeah, good to know that she's here at Potion of Animal Speaking because I think he just used his last one. So yeah, she's here. She's got some good stuff that we can get for her, off her. Some good ingredients down here as well. But that is what I'm getting for now. So balanced offer. I think I need to borrow something from Dirge. Barter. All good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to try more of that Noble Stalk. Although Dirge's memories are particularly scary. Rumbling happening. Don't sniff the specimen. In his debut work, Don't Sniff the Specimen, Professor Omley Uncle Shrewsbury lays out in languid detail his experiences cataloguing the many plants and mushrooms he encountered along his highways and herby woodlands of Faerun. He discusses the odd property of daggerroot, growing near the dungeon emphases, blah blah blah. So it's just stuff about apothecary. So I'm going to be a little bit nosy, and I'm going to just kind of head upstairs and have a poke around. We're just going to look around. We just want to make sure there's no absolutists hanging around. You know how it is. Just going to check your property for you. Call it security. Just to find out a little bit more about her story more than anything. So we've got Dareth's journal. Balin is dead, the old hook horror. He's dead. And I miss him, fool that I am. He was a cranky old son of a warg who only got crankier once he started losing his wits. He hated that he needed my help, and I hated having to help him because he was resentful rather than grateful. But do you know what? I think it says he was cranky before he got ill. I think he was actually hitting her before he got ill as well, so it only got worse. So he was not a good person before he kind of lost his memory. So it sounds a little bit like dementia. Dementia is a horrible, horrible illness because, you know, people they can get aggressive, because imagine how it would feel to not remember who people are. You know, your own children, your family, people who have access to your home, to not recognize them must be incredibly scary and make you feel really vulnerable. And then, you know, to have people fussing around you and not know why because you don't realize you've got dementia. So yeah, I'm not gonna, like, I have a lot of empathy for people who go through that horrible, horrible illness. But in Balin's case, he was not a nice man to start with. So, yeah, I think we've honestly done Dareth a favour by not rescuing him. I didn't think I'd miss him when he was gone. I told him so myself. But now there's a great big empty hole in my life that cats aren't going to fill. Damn fool getting himself killed that way. And now what am I going to do? I'm tempted to sample some of my own merchandise to improve my mood, as it were, but that's how Balin got started into his slide into fuddlement, so I guess I won't. I wonder if Glumbor is still alive. When I was a young hottie, him being 20 years older than me seemed important, but what's 20 years to a dwarf? Though with my luck, he's probably as dead as Balin. Glumbor. Is that who left the note outside? I need to check the name. I think there's potential. I think there's people around that could, you know, that she could reconnect with. I think she's going to be okay. Dear old Glumbor. I don't know if I'll ever send this, but I think writing it will help clarify my thoughts, such as they are. And if anyone in the world could understand, it's you old hermit crab. I never should have married Balin. I don't know why I should be reluctant to write that. I certainly tell him that to his face every day I get mad at him. But you're the one I should have married, Glumbor. But when the time came to choose, the younger Balin had a certain twinkle in his eye that
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
What? Maybe I'll crouch. I didn't steal anything. What are they on about? A certain twinkle in his eye that I fell for like a drunken ox. That twinkle is long gone, along with most of the wits behind it. Balin's mind is unraveling. He knows it, and it's made him mean. He depends on me to help him get through the day, and he insists on my help, but he also hates that he needs it. I don't know what I'm going to do, Grum. And that's where it ends. So hopefully she does send that letter. I hope she reconnects with her old friend. Nothing else to note, I don't think, around here. Linen towel. Yeah, nothing else interesting. But let's go and have a look, kind of in the back rooms.
Must be on my way. Still alive, so that's progress.
Now, you know how I say I find something new every time I play this game? I didn't know all this was here. Like, I did. I knew that the basement was here, but I didn't realize how big it was. And like the kind of stuff that was down there. So we've got a few little things here to read. The Greater Healing Potion. So if you don't have that recipe unlocked, you can unlock it by reading that. Don't Prod the Specimen. In his second work, Don't Prod the Specimens, Professor Ollie Munkle Shrewsbury, great name, lays out in languid details his experiences cataloguing the many plants and mushrooms he encountered in the weird bioluminescent caverns of the Underdark. Excuse me. He propounds the bamboozling properties of the Timask spore, the luminosity of the nightlight mushroom, the rarity of the Susa tree, we've found a lot of these ourselves, preponderance of the charming myconid folk who are sentient fungi, and much more. For golly gosh gumdrops, 3,000 pages, not including appendices. So I guess you got to be really into mushrooms to appreciate his work. Minthara is bored. I am going to have a starry and go down here, I think. Because he's sneaky and he's nosy.
Just like old times. Quick and quiet.
Let's have him explore. So go ahead and give me guidance. It's only a 10. I think he's got this. Yeah, easy peasy. And let's have a look at this, which again, I've played the game so many times now, and this was entirely new to me. I was like, why did I never bother looking down here? So we've got some boring stuff to start off with. Nothing too interesting here. Yeah, but we can go through here. Still not much more interesting, but there's some nice alchemy supplies, which Astarian's going to steal because he hasn't got any qualms about stealing off this woman. No love lost between Astarian and Balin. There's a counting house safe number 3 key, which again, I'm on a mission to get all the counting house keys. So yeah, that is handy dandy. And then there's definitely suspicious looking wall here. And if I go over here behind these crates, you can see there's actually a lever. Yeah, this whole section here, which again, I had no idea about until this literal playthrough. So let's see what we can find. There's some more Timask spores that we're going to have to be cautious of because they do explode. But I reckon I can probably move this forward and be okay here at a distance. Yeah, we don't need to take this stuff, but do you know what? We're doing her a favour. We're showing her an area that she might not have known that she had. Balsam, another lever? Is that? Or is that, it's just a weird tag, but it's fine. Okay, let's keep going. Cool. Okay, we can jump up here. And there's a little, like, picnic type area here. So, Balin's alchemical notes. No way to get this blasted potion. What with Dereth knocking around the place? Bloody cow sweeps like she's getting paid to wreck my head. Maybe Mugwort, maybe Amanita. Must send Dereth on the hunt. Another failure. And Rentju ought to send her out on the street. So yeah, he was not nice to her and he didn't think nicely of her either. So yeah, no love lost between those two at all. But, oh, potion of speed, don't mind if I do. What's that, a rotten mushroom? So yeah, we're basically doing her a favour. She might not have known that all this was down here, you know? Move this closer. Yeah, avoiding these mushrooms. I did try and get up here, but I can show you kind of if I try and Misty Step, you can't actually get up on any of these places. So I'm just going to try and avoid that mushroom and come down this way. You behave, Mr. Mushroom. This place is quite pretty though. I like this area. Again, I can't climb up here, I don't believe. But let's keep continuing around this way. So yeah, this is going to be really helpful to Dereth because she's basically got like a huge area where she can like, you know, brew up some alchemical potions. If she didn't know about this, this is going to be really, really beneficial to her. So you know, honestly, Astarian's doing her a favour. We'll grab whatever that is. Again, it's definitely some stuff that I want to try and avoid there. So I'll move that closer. Yeah, let's keep going around this way. What's this here? Earth grenade? I don't know what that is, but I'll take it. And then this box as well here. If I bash this, hit it again. There we go. Some stuff in here. Crystal. What's this? Purple fluorite shard. Fire explosives. What's that there? I can't grab it. Crystal. I think there's something else there. Another crystal. So we've got some fancy stuff from there. Yeah, so I was pleasantly surprised. Again, every single time I play Baldur's Gate, I find new things. And I love that. I love that it's a game that never gets old. Crystal. And extracts the rule of 3. We've read that a ton of times, so nothing too interesting there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We're all good. Round flask, alchemy pouch. Yeah, I think we can probably... What's this? A letter from the healer. My Lady Bonecloak, after examining your husband's condition, it seems clear that he's suffering from a degeneration of cognitive capacity that is quite treatable with the mushroom noble stalk. As I know your shop do a considerable trade in fungus, I expect him to be healed imminently. Congratulations on this happy news. So he could have been healed, but it doesn't mean that he would have been good. I think actually if you do heal him, the situation gets worse for Dereth, I believe, according to the internet. Yeah, so I don't regret our choices. I feel a bit bad, but yeah, I think we made the right decision in kind of letting him come a cropper. Yeah, so there you go, a little bit more depth to the Bonecloak story, but we're not done. We can actually do her a little bit of a favour once I've kind of raided whatever's in this chest.
Let's go.
Come on, Astarian, he's such a menace. Don't mind if I do. Listen, we're going to return the favour like tenfold because I've got a bit of a plan. So I'm going to go ahead and have Cordia use Speak with Animals. I'm going to quickly save. And I'm going to do something I have never done before, but I am very, very, very excited to try. If we head out of the shop here, I want to check the name on that letter. Oh, it's a different person. So she's got 2 potential love interests. But yeah, if we go up in this little alley next to the shop, you can see there's a cute little kitty cat. And she's so sweet. Mishka.
Oh, yeah.
Are you my mother? Try to decipher the cat's strange speech. I want guidance for this, guys. I have saved. I think give me guidance. Hopefully we've got this. Yay! Because this is a very, very important thing that I want to do.
It speaks a feline dialect called Mriar. It wants to know if you're its mother.
No, but I know someone in want of a cat companion. Her name is Dereth Bonecloak, and she's right in there.
Dereth Bonecloak. Okay.
So apparently now the cat's gonna go to Dereth. Is she actually going? Is she? Ooh, ooh. Oh my god, she is! I've never done this before and I've always wanted to. I love that! Oh my god! Okay, hi. You've got a cat!
Hey, you. Take a look at this cat. Does he look like a Harry to you?
Should we name the cat after us? How about Cordia?
Please. It's a cat, not a clown. But he's no Harry either, is he? I think I'll call him Walrus. Livens the place up, doesn't he? Yes, he does. Indeed, he does.
She said she had a hole in her heart that cats couldn't fill. She lied. She's totally a crazy old cat lady. Okay, we're gonna go. Mishka, how you doing? She absolutely fine. Okay, Walrus it is. There are actually 3 cats in this area, and you can choose which one you want to take to Dereth. I like Mishka, whatever her name is, because she's like, are you my mother? Like, she's looking for someone. But there's 2 other cats, so let's go and find the one over here who's kind of like, well, that's actually 4 cats we're going to see in this episode. Here we go, behind here, so this kind of like guard tower that the waypoint's on is where the other one is. This is Malta.
It was another day in the City of Lies, Baldur's Gate, where the people begged for justice until they starved. 2 heroes were fated to cross paths that day. Their eyes met. Destiny was calling.
Are you alright?
It was in the Tall One's voice. They knew they cared about this creature, but they didn't know why. But the cat did. This could be the beginning of something. 2 heroes against the world, enacting justice for those unable to seek their own. All the Tall One had to do was say yes.
Yes. Join me.
The Tall One had failed the first test. They lacked caution. The cat could have just as easily been a foe as a potential friend. Perhaps it was simply not meant to be.
So you can't recruit the cat for yourself, no matter what you say. But if you haven't recruited the white cat, you can send the orange cat to Dereth. But I wanted to go for the white cat because I think this one's good on its own. This one is having an adventure, you know. I don't think it's ready for the Bone Cloak life. There's also one over here somewhere. Let me see if I can spot this one. Where is this other cat? Here. Barsic.
Hold, Seeker. Have you come to swear yourself to Shress by my paw?
So Shress is the goddess, the cat goddess. We can say Shress is in Shress's caress. I am just going to say yes. Yes, I have.
Yes, yes. Together we shall spread the word of the wonder in her every paw step. I will sing her name in the streets, and you will bring her prayers to those suffering 2 legs instead of 4.
Praise Shress. I can get behind a cat goddess, so that's the other cat that you can give to Dareth if you want to. But I'm happy with our choice. I think the other two are pretty good. They've got their own missions to go on with. Okay, next up, I think we need to start heading into Cazador Sar's palace. And the way to get in there...
Hands down.
What's this conversation?
Same.
Okay, good to know. Central Watchtower.
Central Watchtower of the Flaming Fists.
So let's have a chat with these guys.
Move along, citizen. Nothing to see here.
Oh, it's just that we wanted to see the views of the city. Do you mind if we go up the tower? Just really get that panoramic view. They're not interested, they don't care.
As the superior officer, I think I'll delegate all the sentry shit to Gonfalon and catch me a nap.
My tummy's rumbling. Good idea. If my tummy's rumbling, that means we need to start wrapping up the episode. That's time. Okay. They don't seem to mind if we go up the tower, so let's go ahead and do this. So, do you remember at the Elsong Tavern, the Laugh Riot, and the guy who we were competing against? If you kill him and you ring all the bell towers in the city, he actually comes to camp as a sheep. I didn't want to kill him though, he had a kid. But if you did want to find the bell, this is how you find it.
Empty bottle of venom in camp, Minthara.
Indeed. I have been dosing my partner while they sleep by my side. They refuse to take it in their food, but I must build up their immunity in case we ever visit Menzoberranzan together.
Foreshadowing.
Let's never speak of this again.
Gale said, I found an empty bottle of venom in Camp Minthara. Safe to assume it was yours. And she said she's been poisoning Dirge just a tiny bit every night in his sleep so that he can build up immunity to it. Oh my goodness. She is a very scary lover. But I don't know, practical and loving in her own way. Even if it's maybe not the most consensual way of building up a tolerance to poison. Oh, Astarion, do you want to do the honours? This is just a chest that we can go in. It's white, so it's not off limits. Let's see what's in here. Just smoke powder arrows for whoever might want them from the bell tower. Fine. And we're ringing the bell for good measure, just to make sure Cazador knows that we're coming, you know? But yeah, let's go back down. Oh, I almost slipped to Minthara, didn't actually need to. So let's go down to this upper level here. And just pretend we're taking in the views. This is the entrance to Cazador Sar's home. But you can see a really nice view of the city. So this is Dareth's place where we just were. Over here is Lorokan's tower. Is it, what's it called? I can't remember what it's actually called. I don't know. Lorokan's, the big wizardy place. So we're going to go in there in a few episodes. It won't be too long until we go in there. That's the counting house. That's Umberlee's place. So yeah, you can really kind of get your bearings up here. But let's see what these guards have to say.
I should speak up. I was just thinking of someone I miss terribly who looks a lot like you. But you're not them, so move along.
Okay.
Nice view from up here. It'll be nicer if you move along.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry to bother you. We're just my friend here is visiting his old master Cazador. Oh, you don't mind if we take a peek, do you? Okay, nobody's stopping us, so let's go. There's lots of things around here. Some wine and bread and stuff if you want it. Nothing too interesting. This is also an area we're going to have to check out at some point, this big park here. But yeah, for now...
Security shouldn't be too tight. A few charmed innocents, maybe.
Okay, good to know. Okay. Okay, everybody get your charm on. All seems quiet so far. So yeah, this is basically the start of oh, another rib cage. Should need another one. This is the start of, a vial of blood. Blackened drops of blood have coagulated on the outside of the bottle and stained its stopper. Yeah, this is the start of the resolution of Astarian's storyline. This is his big Act 3 quest, confronting Cazador. So I am going to wrap up the episode soon. We're going to do the whole Cazador's mansion in the next episode, but I want to get him in the door, you know? But yeah, this is the start of it.
This is the palace of Cazador Zar. Entry is forbidden. Leave now, citizen.
Do you hear my tummy?
The guard's words are clear, but spoken without thought or intent. Behind her eyes, you see nothing. She must be one of the charmed thralls Astarian mentioned.
Okay. We're fine. We can get past the charmed guards. You can actually heal them. I don't want to do it right now because it's like a level 5 spell. But I think something like Greater Restoration will break the charm and they'll just run off. Just to let you know if that's something you want to do. But again, we're going fighting Cazador, so I don't want to be using up those big high level spell slots on things that I might need. So it's a cleric spell, so Shadowheart can do it. But yeah, I think they'll be fine. Once we kill Cazador, I'm sure they'll be fine, you know? So we're not intimidation. We don't want to tell them the plan. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go for deception. Well, I'm inspecting the security on your master's orders. I'm going to take Eagle Splendor advantage that I can give myself now because I took that like when I leveled up. It's a DC of 15. I think... Should we take the Bardic Inspiration? No, I'm going to just take Guidance. Give me Guidance. And hopefully that's going to be enough. Oh, yes! Okay, double 16s. Perfect. Thank you to those of you who gave me Guidance. 21, success.
Of course. Whatever the master desires. Enter freely. And of your own will.
That resembles what is it? Come freely and leave some of the happiness you bring, which is Bram Stoker. Okay. Ooh.
At least things have stayed interesting.
So there's some rats here as well. Hi.
Another guest. Yes, yes. More bones to chew, more bodies to nibble.
What is it with the rats in this episode? Leather armor, some random stuff. I don't think any of this is too useful to us.
Enter freely. You are welcome.
Thank you, Thrall. Okay. Jared.
Be welcome, citizen. Be safe.
Thank you. They were also welcoming, Astarian. We really had nothing to worry about. Hello, rat.
You one of them? The fangy ones?
Well, the vampires, no, my fangs actually fell out. I couldn't get them to stay in. Look, they're here. I put them back on again. I'll just have one. Yeah, a little bit fangy. What is a fangy one? Maybe you can give us some information.
Big, hairy, teeth. They're mean, real mean. Stay away.
Oh, my toes are gunky now. Ugh, the glues. I use Polygrip. I don't know if any of you have any experience of sticking fangs on, but is there anything I can use that's better than Polygrip? It doesn't work very well. Okay, so it doesn't sound like he's talking about vampires. My lip is sticking to my tooth now. Mistakes were made. Recklin.
Tonight is a sacred night. We are all blessed to be here.
I've always got something on my teeth in these videos. Hang on. Honestly, these people should get out while they can, I think. Okay, we are a little bit safer though, being Fae, because elves, which drow are a type of elf, can't be charmed. So good to know, or have advantage against being
Another
charmed.
visitor? Staying long? The others are.
What others? Who are these visitors?
Guests. Came for a party. Never left though. Dunno what happened to them. Don't wanna know. But I'm sure you're different. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Actually, we're adventurers. Okay, I think there's one more rat that I've not spoke to. Yep, over here.
Slim pickings up here, but safe. No one grabbing, no one biting.
Why are people biting rats?
In the guts of the palace. Hungry mouths down there.
Like, we do know that Cazador kind of intentionally starved Astarians sometimes. He told us this quite early on, that he would make him eat rats as kind of like a punishment. So yeah, it's probably the vampire spawn that he's talking about. But big and hairy? I don't know if that guy, I don't know if there's something else that we need to worry about beyond vampires. But we got past those guards without very much trouble. I don't think there's too much of interest up here. I probably shouldn't just open those without crouching. But again, great views. Gorgeous views. Love it. Honestly, like, the design of the city is really nice, to be fair. Like, they did such a good job of it. And again, I've been playing the original game, so I kind of know that flat 1D version of it that existed with the original Baldur's Gate, and so the advancement that they've made in bringing it to life in this kind of 3D way is really cool, and it does feel like it has the same vibes. It does feel like Baldur's Gate. Okay, I'm going to crouch to open this door. But there doesn't appear to be anyone around, so I think we're okay. My tummy's rumbling again. I'm so sorry if you can hear that and it bothers you. We are nearly done with this episode though. We're just kind of getting our foot through the door. Sal Palace Servant Etiquette. I don't like the sound of Cazador's guts, but Sal, honestly, he sounds like a bit of a dick. Memorize these rules and do not fail to follow them. Oh, Chamberlain Duffy. I'm doing the Sal voice, but I'm just going to stick with it. Do your job silently. Do not speak unless spoken to. The master likes it quiet. If you are not busy, find something to do and look busy. The master likes diligence. If you encounter the master, stand still and cast down your eyes with deference. The master likes to be respected. No whistling. Chamberlain Duffy. Okay. Well, I'll be sure to whistle the entire way around. If bang! I thought vampires had taste. He's got so much money, you'd think he'd have a bit of taste. We've picked up a key as well. It doesn't seem to be anyone around here to stop us, so no sign of any kind of security other than those people that we just passed. Wall of the Faithless. At the core of the Fugue Plains, barren ash grey wasteland. That actually reminds me of something that we came across with Bone Cloak. She said that he's probably like wasting away unclaimed in the Fugue Plane. That's kind of what happens if you don't have a deity, or you're not kind of like a warlock or anything. If you don't ally yourself with any kind of deity, you just waste away unclaimed, and then you just kind of fade out. So yeah, a bit sad really. The City of Judgment with its crystal spire. You can have a read of that if you want. I don't know if it's overly relevant to what we're doing. Sar Palace Servant Etiquette. So this is just the same thing that we've just read. So I'm going to keep going. Yeah, it's suspiciously quiet, isn't it? I don't know, it makes me nervous. Like, no traps, minimal security. Now, before we actually head into the palace proper, I'm just going to have Gale and Claudia go on a quick little side quest over here. Now this is why, you know, I was saying earlier, I unlocked one of the waypoints off camera because I was faffing. I was trying to kind of fix something that had been bugged out. This is what had bugged out, so I had to like go on the internet and kind of like figure out how to fix it for this episode. So that was my shenanigans. Okay, Gale, could you come a little bit closer, please? My tummy's rumbling again. Oh my goodness. I'm not that hungry. I've had 2 pieces of toast with smashed avocado on it. So it's not like I'm starving or anything. Okay, I'm going to use Dimension Door. I think I might actually use Gale's Dimension Door to get us both across onto this roof here. Choose Teleport Destination.
That might be worth a look.
And you might be like, what are you doing and why? Well, there's a couple of things. There's this plank with some nice little supplies in. Don't mind if I do. But over here, and more importantly, is our 4th kitty of the episode. Sorry, Tressim. Tara! But she is a little bit buggy, unfortunately. What I need to do though before I speak to Tara, I need to grab something from the camp chest to trade with her. So let me go in here. I think in here I've got some special items. So I don't know what she would take off me, to be honest. What do I want to get rid of? I've got Nature's Snare. We're not really using that. What wouldn't I use, you know? Punch Drunk Bastard, Argument Solver, Shattered Flail. She might take the Shattered Flail. I'll give me a couple of things that I might be able to use. Let me look in here as well. We've got the Necklace of Elemental Augmentation. I feel like I've got 2 of these. And then also, do you know what? We've also got the Boots of Speed, which I'm not going to use, I don't think. So hopefully Tara will be happy to trade with one of those items. And yeah, back to Cordia. And let's see what she has for us today, because I had to...
Oh, you. Hello, I suppose.
Have you got any other magic objects you'd be willing to part with?
I may or I may not. Depends what you have to offer in return. I have very high standards, mind.
So, let me tell you what I had to do. So I was doing this kind of in practice to see what I was going to do today and what I wasn't going to do. And she had nothing in her inventory. And it says Tressim and it doesn't say Tara. So I think she's probably bugged. And I looked online and she is bugged. And I had to go and actually get this hat from the top of like Lororican's place and bring it and pickpocket her, but put it like reverse pickpocket to put it into her inventory so we could do this. And so... Okay, so I can trade the Necklace of Elemental Augmentation. For some reason, I think we've got 2 of these, so I don't mind trading this with her. And hopefully... Oh, it's not worth it. Oh, I'm going to have to get something else. Sorry, Bullet Citizen Gloves. See, all this stuff is good. I don't want to get rid of any of this. Okay, hang on. Let me go back to... Let me come out of this for a second. I'm going to have to find something else that I can trade. See, it's funny because she only wants to trade certain magic items. She won't trade like everything with me. Let's see what else there is that she might want to swap with. We've got the Sorcerer's Boots with Misty Step. I like those. Gloves of the Duelist. While holding one weapon in your main hand and nothing in the free hand, +2 to attack roll. I don't think I'm going to end up using that. Amulet of the Unworthy. I do like Magic Missile. Maybe I should have taken that and leveled Dirge up differently. I don't know. I'm not happy with my leveling up of Dirge at this point. Maybe we could give us some of the Shah and stuff. Oh, well, we're not going to use this, are we? We haven't got a Chaos Sorcerer, so let me send that over. Okay, we'll get something in a second. We'll figure this out. Okay, try again.
And I may or I may not.
Okay.
Depends what you have
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
offer
Let's
in
get rid of
return.
that because
I
you haven't got a
very
sorcerer.
high
Oh
standards,
gosh, she
mind.
needs something else as well. Fine. There, barter. Okay, so hopefully she's going to fly off and go to the third location now. I don't know if she will or not. I'm a little bit sad that she's bugged, but I did my best to try and fix her as best as I could. So we now have the Hat of the Sharp Caster. When you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for a spell attack, the die is re-rolled once, so we're more likely to hit than fail. I don't know who I'm going to give that to, but handy to have, I guess. Let me send all this stuff back to camp. And we'll keep moving. So, Gale, piggyback. Can you get us back up there, please?
No rest for the wicked, I see.
Oh, Dimension Door. It's a level 3 spell. I used my level 5 spell slot by accident. Silly me. Here we go. Dimension Door. We'll grab Cordia. And hopefully get back up here. Perfect. Okay. Let's round out this episode.
As bad as it could have.
Okay.
I wonder if the gods are watching me.
Astarion, are you ready?
Well, that's suspiciously welcoming.
They unlock the door for him. Well, we do know that Cazador needs Astarion for his ritual, so I'm not surprised that, you know, they were expecting him and they're somewhat welcoming. Yeah, but he's definitely, he's definitely like patriarch, you know, he's definitely upper city energy. Okay. Like I say, we're just going to step foot in there and then I'm going to cut the episode and we're going to actually investigate this entire Tsar Palace in the next episode. But let's just poke our nose in, get a taste of what's in store. Here we are. Astarion, are you good?
So this is it. I'm home. There's the same fading carpet. The same tasteless art. Nothing's changed. But gods, everything feels different.
Oh, what's it like being back?
It does feel strange. Breaking into your own home. Especially if murder's on your mind. Then again, this is hardly the strangest thing we've done together. Although it could be the most satisfying.
Yeah, the Drow twins were pretty weird, to be honest. Are the servants charmed? Like the guards in the tower?
Oh no. It's much worse than that. They're fanatics. Here of their own free will, and utterly devoted to Cazador. Each one came to our door, and begged to be given his eternal gift. They're sure he'll turn them if they serve him well enough. He'd almost feel sorry for the poor, deluded souls. But they're idiots, who brought this upon themselves, so don't.
Astarion didn't have a choice. It was kind of like forcibly turned. Yeah, they're like Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows. Look at how angry Minthara is. She's like, you stupid boy. What's the plan?
If my dear siblings were right, Cazador's hiding somewhere below the palace. After so many years, I would have spotted any secret tunnels out here. The only place that was off limits to us was his study. If the entrance is anywhere, it'll be there, through the ballroom.
Right. And are you sure about this Astarion? You don't have to face him. If you like, we could go in without you.
I've never been less sure of anything. But if I don't face him now, I never will. I'll spend the rest of my life running, watching the shadows, never feeling safe. No. This has to happen. Here and now. Also, there's a small matter of all that power I can steal from the bastard. So that'll be nice.
Better in your hands than his, I suppose. Okay, sorted. Minthara's like, yes, let's steal the power for ourselves. Good idea, Astarion. I approve. Okay, that is pretty much where I'm leaving it for today. Yeah, and we're going to do Cazador's Palace in the next video. And oh my goodness, it is dramatic. I love this level. There's a certain scene that is...
Master, may we be worthy of you.
There's a certain scene that's really powerful but really disturbing that I'm really looking forward to like showing you on camera, because, you know, I think it's one of the greatest pieces of kind of like game cinematics that we've had for a while. And obviously Neil Newborn is such a wonderful actor. Yeah, really we get to see a lot of Astarion's story right now. So really excited to do this in the next episode. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Do take care of yourselves, take care of your friends, and take care of your fangs. Have a good week, friends. Bye.
Call me a girl. Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a